A very good evening and hearty welcome to everyone present here. I'm Janvi, a core team member of eSummit 22. I welcome you all to the guest talk on innovation in challenging times as a part of 8th edition of eSummit, the annual entrepreneurial conclave of IIT Bhubaneswar. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the talk session. I'm really honored to introduce our speaker, Mr. Abhishek Biswas. Abhishek Biswas has extensive business experience while working in various Asian countries, which include India, China, Korea, and Thailand, and profound knowledge of local and international business, ethics, and culture by foraying into global market. He served on the board of Indian Chamber of Commerce in Thailand as a PR. In 2013, he was appointed as a Thai trade representative by the Prime Minister in Thailand for the promotion of bilateral trade. Only Indian who has ever walked into Thai Parliament and worked with Prime Minister of Thailand. He was also appointed by the government of Gujarat, Index B, for the Vibrant Gujarat Summit. Worked with the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, and has led the biggest international delegation of India to date. He worked closely with the United Nations and has worked on project in the Myanmar to introduce Asian Economic Community to widen the market for member nations, to name a few. He also served as advisor for the Uttar Pradesh Trade Promotion Authority and successfully created a gateway for Korean companies in India through the Indo-Korean joint venture and has created a roadmap for the upcoming $1 billion industry. Currently, to revolutionize the world food industry, Mr. Abhishek Biswas created the world's first vegetarian and lifestyle certification, Sattvik Council of India. So good evening, sir. We heartily welcome you to the 8th edition of eSummit, the annual entrepreneurial summit of IIT Bhubaneswar. So gearing up with the event, we got some of the questions from the audience, so we'll go with it. So here is the first question. What motivated you to start up your own startup, and how did you tackle all the difficulties that you faced throughout the journey?
First of all, I would like to thank IIT Bhubaneswar ECL that it gave me a chance to interact with the young minds available today in India. And it's basically a very rare chance where you get, where you get called upon and talk to the young entrepreneurs and young people, basically who are in the next 4-5 years, they're going to do something. I would just tell you there is a small gap. I will just start with that. When I started almost 15, 16 years back, almost 18 years back, my career, and I really wanted to do something at that point of time. I come from a small town, Kanpur. Now it is a little bit big, but at that point of time, it was not very big. But I still had that temperament that, I'm just going to do something and just niche myself out. Actually, the time then and the time now, technology has changed the entire face. So the entrepreneurship today is entirely different of what it was almost 15, 20 years back. Now, in my time, I'm just trying to compare, because at least almost the students would like to hear, or anybody who would like to hear, that what are the differences of what exactly I feel today. And if I would have got that kind of technology almost 15 years back, so what would I have, what could I have done at that point of time, right? So today, I think we are running 2022, and the technology is become far more, better. So almost 15 years back, we would not be able to talk the way we are talking right now. So we are not able to approach the kind of people, we are approaching worldwide. It was a very the only thing my personal my personal experience today, that I think technology, which had played a lot of importance in whatever I could do, and whatever I was able to perform after 2012, 11, 10, because at that point of time the revolution already came in early 2000s, and that helped me to reach the kind of people. So the kind of people I wanted, basically. Now, that's the point, that whenever you have a startup, whenever you want to do a startup or you want to become an entrepreneur, you are basically developing something for a particular genre of people, right? So you if you're trying to develop a solution, so that's a place where you will find a gap where, all right, I have an idea, and this gap can be this bridge can be done, and probably that is that entrepreneurship basically is now, the gap is very small. I mean, it's minuscule probably now. Today there are almost incubators available in entire university. I think you must be having one in your university also. Before, what we had to do is that if we want to show somebody that, oh, this is an environment I want, so before you have to you have to make your own room, and then you have to get inside that room and put in all the fixatures and everything, and then you need to call people up that, oh, now this is what I want to do. But today it's all ready-made available. That is what I did recently with the Bhubaneswar IHM. That is India's first Sattvik Center of Excellence. So what will happen is that any student or anybody who's got an idea, to contribute to Sattvik or certifications or food quality or whatever in that field, that person can come there, stay there. He'll get the environment, the entire environment. So he can write his thesis. He can put some papers up. Even if he's trying to build up something, probably he'll be able to build. So I think that the almost 15 years back, what I missed was today, right? And what I miss now is my age also, because the age, no, it's relevant, but still at that point of time also, I personally, my experience, I used to find small things for communicating. So I think when I really started, so there was that the pager just came in. I don't know whether you guys know about pager or not, but at that time there was a pager, so you can page people, right? Then the mobile phone came, then the internet came, then the entire revolution happened in those last 15, 20 years. And I think that today I would my first suggestion to any entrepreneur or anybody who's trying to do a startup, has to see the future. Now, what is the future? What do you see ahead in the next 10 years, 15 years? How you see the world is going to? What are the requirements there? I mean, and what is going to be the next where you can actually absolutely use the technology and go forward? Yeah.
Thank you. So that was very much informative. So we'll go with the second question. So like the theme of this year for our fest is like embracing innovation and reshaping the future. So how do you think we can incorporate this into the entrepreneurial journey?
Look, anything which is new, novel, you have to always understand that what and where are you, where are you, first you have to understand your product actually. So any entrepreneur or any new leadership, or there's a startup, you have to technically understand the product. So what is your product? Where are you going to place it? What are the kind of people who are going to actually use it? How many people will actually be relevant to it, feel relevant to it? So, and what is the capacity of passing it out? So today, anything, reach is something which, everybody today sees what's going on Twitter or the social media, so that for absolute stupidity, there are almost 15 to 20,000 likes. To my surprise, right? But and for something which is very, very relevant, I think there are hardly takers. But I think people who don't get disappointed on this, because at least those 15, 20, 30, even 100 people who are actually liking your stuff means that that's your market, right? So probably we need to really understand how are you shaping your product. That's one. The product needs to be, whatever you are doing, product, services, product, I mean anything, I mean even services or anything, whatever. I'll share a small instance for when I really wanted to start with something. I really thought that where is the market, because I've stayed almost a lot of my time was I was staying out of India, all my businesses and everything. My point was that I was always trying to find out the target audience. Where is the target audience, right? In 2014, when I came back to India, I thought that how to, how to, because I was not, because you cannot just go out in the market and start shouting, oh, you have this and you need responses. So probably I did a small event where I called up the relevant kind of people, somebody from ESCON, somebody from the university, some more people, some students, a cluster of different areas. And we just did a small event to just show off that this is our product. This is what we want to do. Do you register? And believe me, to my surprise, my presentation was almost for 20 minutes, and I called upon a few people to come and speak. So I think 4 to 5 people spoke for almost 2 hours. So I was able to register. At least these 5 people understand what I'm trying to do, and they are one of the prime people. Say, for example, there was a gentleman who was from ESCON, and he was used to take care of the midday meals, Delhi NCR. And he was also one of the key guys with the ESCON restaurants, in 1 or 2 restaurants, whatever they have in Delhi NCR. So at least he was able to register, and he was able. So that's what you have to understand. You have to pick up some key person, few key people, and then you have to put your idea in front of them. And it will not happen just like that. You need to give some time to it. You need to nurture it, and I think then you'll be able to take something out of it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Like the next question is like, a lot of students generally have a basic idea of startup and have an innovative idea on what to do, but like most of them leave it there and doesn't proceed further. So can you advise them on how they can overcome this fear?
Look, an idea can even come in when you're not in an institution. When you get inside, you are a first year, second year, idea can drop in any time, because you are your capacity to in fact see and permutate, combinate your idea is what I mean. In startup idea or any idea is what that it's the best. It's kind of the best permutation combination you can do with your mind as per the entire environment where you are, right? So say, for example, if even the toothpaste was discovered, it was discovered out of out of a need, out of a demand, right? So I think that any startup or any person who's trying to do something, because I think yesterday I was doing a session with IIT Pune, and they asked me that how do you what is the biggest how impressive, what is the most impressive startup you have? And I typically say I am not impressed by any startup right now, because these startups, particularly in India, these startups were actually a base model created somewhere outside, and now when the economy was ready for India, they brought it into India, and out of 10 of them, one clicked, right? So that's the basic quotient of these startups today, what we see here, right? So you have an entire, you pick up the 10 biggest startups in India, and you see there is a replica, and it was done almost a decade back or maybe 15 years back. Our economy was not ready for Paytm, 10 years back, 15 years back, right? Because digital payment was, you need to have a good network to have a digital payment, surpass. So we need to understand. So I would suggest people that you have to go to more realistic startups, than of replicas. And there could be more. I mean, I have seen. Maybe I'm not able to recollect right now, but I've really seen very, very innovative things coming out of very small, villages, or maybe some place which could be nurtured. So there is a. So I would say that if there is an idea, and you see that idea, so you can put in your brain, put in the technology, and actually nurture that idea to become a bigger startup, right? Instead of replicating. And I think whenever the doubt and the fear will always be there when it's not like it's not unique. If it is unique, there's no, I think there will be no fear. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. So now I request you to share your thoughts on the today's topic, like entrepreneurship and business innovations for sustainable development.
I will start with sustainable development first.
Okay, sir.
Because, to my whatever I see around, sustainable businesses and sustainable business for me is like more stable businesses, right? Which probably I think after the COVID, a lot of people were not prepared for this kind of a lag in their businesses, and I think they totally collapsed, right? Now is the time where we have seen this pandemic, right? And the entire world has seen this. So I would like to connect. I would say that now whatever you are trying to develop, or whatever entrepreneurship you are getting inside, or whatever. So there needs to be one more agenda added to that, to your entire commerce and business setups, to entire entrepreneurship setups. That yes, there can be a pandemic situation and there can be a lag of almost 2 years. Then what do you do? How do you survive? Say, for example, today you are a startup or a company of almost 100 people, right? Tomorrow you are aspiring to become a company almost having 1,000 employees. Now you need to have some kind of a backup for them, because before pandemic there was no backup. So I would talk about the industry which we are close to, the food fraternity and the restaurant fraternity and the hospitality fraternity. So almost 60% of the businesses closed out of 100, and out of those 60%, only 10% were they came back, right? So almost 49% businesses never started again. They were completely shut down. So the real entrepreneurship and the real challenges would be solutions to these kind of things, because the industry needs solution. Look, I am a restaurant owner. Example, I am a restaurant owner. So I have expertise in service. I have expertise in food. I have expertise in customer handling. I have expertise in the creating that environment, right? But do I have experience in actually, in technology, innovation? No. Anything which a technology can help me to actually predict better? No. So any actuarial sciences which will help me to understand if I have that, oh no, my sustainability is like almost for 50 people, I have exceeded 100, ye nahi hona chahiye, right? So we should be looking at these kind of solutions, which is very, very important in today's scenario. And yes, our government is doing a lot, but at the end of the day, yeah, because I've attended. I'm only last 2-3 months back. I attended a small event. It was a restaurant association event, and to my surprise, that a lot of people actually sustained their businesses through packaging and packed orders and all that. But ultimately, they were basically not. I personally see that they were only a kitchen, but not a smart kitchen. So today a solution could be that if you're having a kitchen, you might as well also have a smart kitchen, combination of that. So at least if it is closed, so at least smart kitchen starts to work, and at least your entire thing is all gone. So yeah, all is the rotation is not being stopped. And say, for example, even one section of the entire thing is closed, but still you are running. At least you are able to make your own. The cost is there. So I think sustainable business should be redefined now to get more into solution based things. And I think today's topic also, I don't know whether I'm speaking right or wrong, but today it's more of providing solutions than of creating a new one, right? Because there's so many problems already. Because of the pandemic, the entire economy, the entire makeshift, all the businesses have their problems. So I think innovation se zyada, we need more people to come and give the solutions. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, sir. I just have a question from my side. So,
Huh?
what is the backstory of establishing the world's first vegetarian
Oh,
company, and what gave you idea to start
okay.
this?
Look again. As I was telling you, it all strikes with the demand. All right. Now, so today, if you're traveling outside India, and if you ask that I'm a vegetarian, so you have to. It's kind of a desert, and you are trying to find out some water to drink. Believe me, that's the scenario outside India, right? Now, if you go to a restaurant and if you see that, oh, ये vegetarian restaurant लिखा, I can go there and वो vegetarian serve कर रहा है, so you will go and say, I need a vegetarian. No, he'll say, oh, good, I'll give it to you. So he doesn't look, please, उसका गलती नहीं है. It's not his fault actually. He will just pick up some broth from meat broth or something like that, chicken or fish broth, and then he'll mix some vegetables in it and give it to you. For him, it's a vegetarian dish. All right. Now, point is that even if today there was a market, and before I'm talking about almost 10 years back, and you could see that time the scenario. I mean, the today I think there are a lot of Indian restaurants, and it's pre-developed, and they are actually recognized well now. But at that point of time, I think it was very, very difficult for anybody to find out the right kind of food. So there are a lot of people, who are vegetarians. They carry their own stuff, from India, अपना काम का, or even they go for a holiday, they carry their own stuff. They will eat their own stuff. अगर वो नहीं मिला, तो they will only eat milk and bread or fruits or whatever, right? Now this is a very, very big problem, and this problem needed to be addressed, right? And that's what I started. I started writing some papers, and that there has to be a vegetarian certification body. Now, to my surprise, there was nobody. No one in the world. Huh? Can you imagine? Almost 40% vegetarians around the world. So when I went and asked people, so they used to, why do you need a vegetarian certificate? I mean, vegetarian is vegetarian. Usko, why do you need to certify it? But then there was a question that the entire philosophy of food and retail was taken up by halal fraternity. It is a beautiful concept. They wanted a particular special people, and they wanted that those people should be always be in safe hands wherever they travel, whatever they will eat. So they derived the halal certification, and it is available worldwide now. Right now, what about the vegetarian communities of the world? How do they, suppose today you are down, you are at the airport, and all right, you want to go, and you can say, oh, ye halal hai, haan, halal hai, I can eat, no worries, right? But what about a vegetarian? So even if he picks up a drink which is a mango drink or whatever, he has to see, ki bhai kya hai isme, kya nahi hai. Because in the European standard, in Europe, you would all not even find red and green thing. In those markets, you will not even find. So there are certain specifications. Now, that intrigued me a lot. It was a big challenge. I knew that it was a big challenge. It was not easy. But still, then, I had made my mind up that yes, I would do it. And today we are standing 22, a part of the biggest railway network of the world, IRCTC, and we certified the world's first vegetarian train, which was Sri Ramana Yatra, right? And now we'll be doing almost a couple of more trains, starting with Vande Bharat, which is going to Katra. So it from the idea to actually getting back and coming here, it took a lot of effort. Sure, I'm still struggling a lot, right? But there are a lot of things which I really want to do, and I'm not able to do it because I think, and because there is a technical lag, there is a governmental lag. There's governments you just don't walk inside somebody's office and say, no, ye kar lo. It's not like that. But yes, I'm getting inside academics. We are doing a lot in terms of academics. So I faced to share. It was not easy. And for please, anybody who's hearing me and anybody of the students who are really want to do something, and it's entrepreneurship का एक जो hota hai ki no, I want to, you have to choose two ways, either this way or that way. So it's very, very difficult. It is very challenging because the challenge will come up every step. I mean, every second, and you need to give a lot of time, patience to whatever you have, you think, and always believe that. Always believe in your idea. Always believe in your idea. That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people, they start. They would start with very excitement and karenge. Phir, when they go, they present the first no, gone. The second no, more gone. Third no, khatam ho gaya. The fourth no, by the time it's the 10th or 11th no, they will say, no, yaar, I will do my job only. I think I'm not right. But believe me, I've almost heard 50,000 no's. Right. Almost 50,000 no's just to make people understand it is required. And today the Bureau of Indian Standards also says no, it is required. Right. So just to because with each no, I think you should understand that there is a possibility of yes. I think that should be the mantra. Every time somebody comes and says your idea is bogus, it's not going to work. Good, nice. So it means that there is a relevance because it made him thought so. It made him thought so. It made him analyze your idea and then he's saying yes or no. So it means उसने उतना तो समझा ही होगा आया ना बोलने के लिए. Right? So there is a parameter that if there is a no, so there's also yes. So there's also a yes. So I would say that to all the young people that today it's better that there's a lot. That's what I say, that after pandemic, there's a huge chance of these of these small startups where you can help these bigger organizations, right? Because a lot of bigger organizations have trembled. They have trembled because of this pandemic, because they were never prepared for almost 2 years of closure, right? So I think if they would find something which was organized and it trembled, so they could be a big solution provider for them. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So, you said that people after listening one or two no's, they start giving up and they demotivate themselves.
Yes.
But you said that you have heard many no's. How did you keep yourself motivated?
Again, that's the same thing, right? With each no, somebody is, even today, if somebody tells me that no, Abhishek, this is not a right idea, and believe me, it has happened. I will not take the names, but almost a year back, where people who were saying no, it was not possible, today they are presenting Sattvik certification in their board. Right? Point is that people, whosoever tells you the first no, you think that he has registered you. So today, say, if I'm talking to any chairman of any council or any government body or any PSU in India, the first, because they don't have time actually to analyze what you are trying to do, because they have not done it actually. So they might have done the IAS or something like that, gone into the Indian hierarchy and start serving the Indian, and then now they wait for their positions to come up, and they come up. So they will never understand the concept of entrepreneurship. Can be never understood by anybody who's basically into the job fraternity, or they would not understand, because the feeling is entirely different. Every time I had to think, am I not wasting my time? I've given almost 8 years. क्या होगा, मतलब होगा कि नहीं होगा? Again, that's what whenever I used to talk to some, so keep that in mind. I think, if everybody, I have practiced this throughout, and probably I have come out well, and today it's not about Sattvik certifications is not about any business model. Please understand. Today, we are an SDO. We are a standard development organization. Now, a PSU has realized कि यहाँ जरूरत है. Most welcome. So ISATC came in, right? Today, ITC, the one of the biggest hotel chains in India, they have realized no, it is required. They have done it, right? They are under PPA. One of few brands which really realize no, it is required. They'll do it. Tomorrow, Government of India will come and say, no, this is required. No, with every green logo, there has to be this certification logo that says that it's purely veg, right? No worries. So you have to keep on doing the work. You don't have to say that why this guy is not, climbing the bus. Why is he not boarding the bus? He will, right? But you need to make that bus capable for him to understand that no, it's good. It's a good ride you can take. Yeah.
So thank you, sir. So finally, could you please give some suggestions to the people watching the session and some budding entrepreneurs?
Well, I would just say that my first appeal, it has always been like that with the technical universities, especially, that please stay in India, right? The next 10 years, 20, I'm talking, it's already started, so the next decade, 2030, these 8 years are going to be very, very important for Indian fraternity, right? And you guys are just 1%, not even 1% of the Indian population, right? You have been put up to a place where you would be having a flying, you will be having careers with flying color, because now India is going into a different phase. So you have everything. The entire environment is here. So it's not that you don't get that environment. 15 years back, what I was saying, and 15, 20 years back, I mean, you really didn't had anything. I mean, if you had a good idea to nurture, there was nobody to even care about it. But today, it is there. And my appeal to the entire IIT fraternity is that please stay back in India. Do things in India. Try to do the startups in India, right? Get India to a level where we have to be there. So, and believe me, this next coming 8 years, these 8 years are going to be very, very important for India, and we have to contribute. We all have to contribute, right? So Sattvik certifications is not now and only in India. It's in Canada, it's in US, it's in South Africa, almost 3 more countries coming by the end of this year. But the base is going to be in India. So this is going to be one of the logos which is going to travel all around the world for vegetarian certifications, for people who are of vegan origin, who are of vegetarian. So they have this confidence, they can eat the product. Just open it, eat the product. It is safe. There is no animal content in it. Right? So something like this, or maybe whatever. I mean, I am trying to do my bit. So I always tell whosoever I meet, I mean, especially people who are technical people who are with the technical institutions, the students, fourth year, third year people, those who are now seeing the environment. So I think that's my appeal. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it from my side. Like from your side, would you like to share anything more?
I think that we are. I would just like to say that now Sattvik certifications is now getting inside a bigger leap. We are now introducing some Sattvik certification, Sattvik, lead auditor programs. So this lead auditor program is going to help you to basically, I always talk about dispensable income of a student, right? Or that a student who's second year, third year, he can just earn money. He has to understand to earn money, basically. So, and you have to start from day one. So that's why, that's also one of the techniques. It's a skill to earn money. It's not easy. It's not. So I think that's where Sattvik Council of India gets connect with the students. So it's a small lead certification course which you can do, and you become a Sattvik certified auditor. And once you become that auditor, you will be actually empaneled by one of the biggest companies in lead auditing, world auditing. That's Bureau Veritas. We are also tying in with companies like DNV and other companies. So basically, what is going to happen? It's not a permanent kind of a job, but it's something which will help you. Get almost, if you do almost 2 to 3 audits in a month, so it's almost 10 to 15,000 rupees, which is going to come to you, and you don't need to spend some time. It's all upon your time whether you can go or you cannot go. So there's going to be a small training, which now is for Bhubaneswar. I can say that it's going to be with IIT Bhubaneswar. So first, it's going to be a lead, and it's a 60-hour program, online program, 100%. And then you can go for a OJT, an on-job training where it's like a small 1 or 2 or 3, like a 5 or 6 hour program there, and then we certify you as a lead auditor. So you are a technical guy, you can understand audits, so you start doing audits, right? So this is my thing, and then probably we are doing we do always do internships basically. So VSRF, Vegetarian Friendly Railway Services, VFRS, is something which we have introduced to the Indian Railways, IRCTC, and we are doing a small program on which is called Seed. So last year, which we did Seed, almost 500 students came and they basically learned about the entire program. It was like a 4 week, 1 month. It's like a 1 month internship, you can say. But this time, that internship is being done with partnership with Indian Railways and IRCTC. So, and the internship is available on the IRCTC training portal, right? So anybody who wants any kind of information about all this, I think we are starting the course. I think probably next month, but I think registrations is going to be open 4th April. So that is going to give you an entire overall look about, and then you get a industry exposure to how the vegetarian certifications are going to run in the Indian Railways, how a train is going to be certified. So I think that's a good program. If anybody would like to join, you can please, there's an info, you can just message us on that, right?
So yeah, thank you, sir. It's a privilege to have you here. Yeah. And I feel lucky that on behalf of eSummit, I'm interacting with you. Yeah. So I hope the audience attending the talk has learned many things. Thank you for attending the summit, sir.
I thank you so much, Bhubaneswar IT, and probably I would love to even come and interact with students. I mean, anytime. You guys can call me, and I'll be really happy to come and interact. And thank you. I thank all to the E fraternity, E self fraternity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.